Spring is here and it's time to get our summer and spring annuals planted, and that's what we're going to do today. We're back here at our back bed that we put in a couple years ago, and we've cleared it out, pulled out all the weeds by the roots, and we are ready to go. And I'm so excited to get our first annuals into the landscape. You know, we don't have a lot of room in our yard to plant annuals in the landscape. We mainly plant in our containers, as you've probably noticed from our other videos. But today we're going to get this area of the yard planted up with some color that is sure to last throughout the spring. Now, a little bit of background about this bed back here. It did not exist about 4 years ago. But right after COVID, Ben and I decided, you know what, we need something back there to really draw the eye to the back of the yard. And so we cleared out this area of the yard, put in some beautiful roses and some boxwoods. Because when the roses are cut back and we don't have these beautiful gladiolas coming up in the middle, it can look a little bare. So it's always nice to have some evergreen interest in your garden. So that first year we planted all this up, and we also planted some beautiful Supertunia Vista bubblegum back here, along with some Supertunia Royal Magenta, and it was so beautiful. The next year after that, we had planted some beautiful Nemesia Aromance Pink, and that was also beautiful as well. And then last year, we planted some mini Vista petunias that were pretty, and we're really excited to plant these in the garden this year. The first one that we're excited to plant is this beautiful yellow Goldilocks Rocks Bidens, and they are a wonderful annual for full sun. I haven't had experience growing them before, but I think they're going to be absolutely wonderful. It looks like they are annuals in all areas except for zones 9A to 11B. So for us, if they don't get totally zapped by our heat in the summer, they could last throughout the season and through the winter. I don't even know if they'll be blooming during that time, but if they can be perennials here, that will be kind of cool to see that. So we're going to plant those along with these beautiful whirlwind blue scaevola. I was able to find 2 of those. They only had 2 at a local retail center, and I was excited to find those. And when I was thinking about what to plant in here, because I always like planting 2 different colors together so they can really like accent each other and really highlight their colors, I had 2 of those, and I'm going to plant 10 of these, and I thought they're perfect, beautiful colors together because they're in the same light condition category. They love full sun, and they grow about the same. I'm going to intermix those, mostly obviously the Bidens, but it will be nice to have that beautiful purple intermix in there as well. So if you are thinking about planting in the yard and your weather permits it, these 2 colors would be beautiful together, and we'll see what they do throughout the season. I think they're going to be great. So I have Ben with me here today, and we're going to get these planted, put some plant tone down in first to get them situated, run the drip irrigation system, and then we're going to come in with some topsoil on top of that to really get it finished off beautifully, and we'll show you what that looks like at the very end. All right, we're finished, and I could not be happier. I mean, these two colors look so pretty together. And when you're looking from our house to the back bed here, your eye is just drawn to that beautiful color. And these are brand new plants. I can only imagine what this is going to look like when it's all full throughout the spring and even into the summer. Now, I think it really did finish it off because we had a little bit of our organic raised bed soil. So we use that kind of as a mulch, even though it's not quote unquote a mulch. It sure does look nice, and I think it'll be nice to keep the moisture in the ground. Although these plants say that once they're established, they are pretty drought tolerant, which I'm really looking forward to, because this bed in the summertime gets a lot of sun, more than 6 hours of sun that's required for these plants to be productive and beautiful. But it does get hot, so I'm hoping a little bit of that soil on top here will keep that moisture in, and then also when they spread out, that will also keep the ground a lot less prone to dry out. So what we did is we came through and we put a little bit of that starter fertilizer, biotone, in each of the holes when we had dug them before we put the root ball down into the ground. And I think that starter fertilizer is really the key to making sure that these have the start that they need to be successful. Now, when I was reading the tags, because their growth habits and all of the other information pretty much match up for the Scaevola and also the Bidens. But one thing that was on there that I thought was interesting was that they do recommend regular fertilizing. But since these are in the ground, I think I'm going to come through and fertilize the root balls every 2 weeks, which is a little bit different than what we do with our containers, because in our containers the water leaches out and it eventually depletes that nourishment that is in the container. In the ground, it kind of stays a little bit longer, so it's not as crucial as when we have hanging baskets or containers around our yard. But I will give them a little bit of that water soluble Proven Winners fertilizer every so often, every 2 to 3 weeks. But I think with the starter fertilizer, I think it's just going to be perfect. But they are so pretty in their new spot, and I cannot wait to show you guys some of the updates as we move into the spring and obviously through the summer. 2 different varieties that I've never grown before, and if you have grown Bidens or the Scaevola from Proven Winners, leave a comment below and let me know what you found when you grew yours. Anyways, thank you guys for being here today, and as we move into more of our planting videos, we'll be sure to share them with you. Until next time, happy gardening everybody. Bye-bye now.